What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? These were the words that were running through my head for 2 days straight while I was crying relentlessly in bed. The months leading up to this, my body had gone through sudden, severe changes. I didn't really recognize myself anymore. I remember laying there staring at the ceiling fan go round and round, casting its dancing shadows across the wall, going, "What's wrong with me?" And at that point, I felt like a freak of nature. You see, I couldn't find words. I couldn't formulate sentences. I couldn't think straight. I definitely could not show up in the way that I was used to showing up. And I knew how to show up. But who is this person? I was at a point where I really felt like this world would be better without me. And I was devising a plan to end my life. The only time I had felt such deep sadness and sorrow is the day that I lost my mother in my arms. I remember feeling her breath stop on my head and hearing her heart stop in my ear. And I'd never thought that I would have an experience that would parallel that sadness. But here I was that day, only I wasn't losing someone. I had lost myself. This was not like me to be in bed for 2 days straight. No. I was raised a strong Catholic Ukrainian girl. We know how to work hard, high achiever, reach for the stars, perfection, right? Multi award-winning TV producer, on the cover of magazines, top 40 under 40, red carpets, limos, you name it. My CV was that of a rock star. But in my heart, I knew what it had cost me. You see, we're raised to be productive. I was raised in a way that in order to prove my worth, I needed to work hard. I needed to achieve rather than just be. Busy. It's what we say. It's who we are. You run into somebody you haven't seen in a long time. Hey, how you doing? I'm busy. Oh, I'm so busy. We're so busy. Busy is not a bullet that'll kill you hard and fast. Busy is an insidious wound that will slowly leak and bleed you dry. And that's where I was that day. I was dry. I was empty. I didn't know it at the time, but this was menopause that had come for me. And it had come for me like a wrecking ball. And it was because I was so entirely depleted, empty. This is not a natural state, yet it's something we ignore. This is not nature. This is not how it's supposed to be. Nature is imperfectly perfect. Imperfectly perfect and beautiful. Look the way the branches on the trees go in different directions, bend, but they always find the way to the sun. Look at how rivers turn and go in different directions, but will always find the way to the river. Somehow on their own journey, they make it there. Not pushing through, but flowing. Nature is in cycles, in seasons. And yes, there is a time to bloom, but there is also a time to rest. Nature does not ask for permission. So why do we? I think it's because we may have forgotten what our natural state actually is. How did I get here? How did I get to that point? Well, I had been hospitalized twice due to burnout. No, not once, twice, because, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it well, right? And I was in the hospital with pneumonia, hooked up to oxygen, and I remember I got a call from my dad. My dad, strong, stoic, Ukrainian man, rocks a great mustache. I'd only ever seen him cry 3 times in his life. Once, when he was pruning the apple tree on the acreage I grew up on, and he fell off a ladder and punctured his lung and almost died. 2 was when my mom passed away. And on this call, it was the 3rd. He said, "Jess," and I could hear the tremble in his voice. He would ask me a question that I had never even thought of before. He said, "Jess, where's the line?" And I realized in that moment that there wasn't one. How far was I going to go? How hard was I going to push? What more was it going to cost me? But the truth was, I didn't know how to draw one. I'd never been taught. That moment in bed, crying for 2 days, my little girl knew something was up. This wasn't like Mom. Mom shows up. Mom gets up. Mom gets shit done. She came and sat down on the side of my bed. And she said, "Mom, do I need to call someone?" That was the line. In that moment, I knew that something had to change. Menopause, a time to pause, a time to reflect. And my body was saying, "No more. Not this way. I've had enough." But rewiring the way that we have been raised and built to work and to prove is no easy feat. This is ingrained, deeply ingrained. I needed a lot of help, and there was a lot of work to do. I needed to remember alignment versus push. I needed to remember drawn versus driven by, what I was drawn to. What brings me joy? And it's a remembering because it's all there. We've just been programmed differently. What I discovered, rest, and I'm about to blow your minds, is not laziness. Rest is not laziness. Rest is life support. Saying yes to everyone else is saying no to yourself. Oh, I was good at saying yes. Say yes. Just say yes and show up. Just say yes. Just say yes and figure it out on the way. Yes. If it lights you up, if it feels good, not if it drains you. We say yes to so much, and we're so good at being busy. What if we said yes to ourselves? And last but most important, my worth does not equal my productivity, my achievement. My success is in my beingness, is in who I am as a person, is how I show up energetically. Nature, oh, the fall, it sure has a way of teaching us how beautiful it is to shed the leaves in the autumn, and how wonderful it is to let go, and how there's beauty in releasing what no longer serves us and creating space for the next season after rest when we are ready to bloom again. Depletion is not our destiny. Burnout is not a badge of honor. Joy is not something that you earn after exhaustion. Joy is our natural state. We are not behind. You are not behind. You are not broken. Nothing is wrong with you. We are all just imperfectly perfect, needing to just pause and reflect a bit more. And that is when we truly get in touch with ourselves. You don't have to be perfect. You can be like nature, a work in progress, because you are not a freak of nature. You are nature. Thank you.